You're lying in the dark, staring at the ceiling, willing your brain to shut off. Your body is exhausted, but your mind won't stop. Sound familiar? Here's the strange part. Your ancestors never had this problem. Not because their lives were easier. Their lives were terrifying. But they slept in a way your body still remembers and forgot how to do the moment the modern world showed up. So why can't you sleep? And what did ancient humans actually do when night fell? The answer will make you rethink every bad night you've ever had. 60,000 years ago, sleep was not a private experience. It wasn't something you did alone in a dark room on a mattress calibrated to your lumbar. It was communal, fragmented, and deeply tied to fire. Your ancestors slept in groups of 15 to 30 people, pressed together for warmth, with at least one person almost always partially awake. Anthropologist David Sampson calls this the Sentinel hypothesis, the idea that overlapping sleep schedules within a group meant there was almost never a moment when every single person was fully unconscious. The tribe was its own alarm system. But here's the twist. They weren't bad sleepers. They were different sleepers. And the difference is crucial. Researcher Jerome Siegel of UCLA studied the Hadza, the San, and the Tsimane, three of the last remaining hunter-gatherer populations on Earth, and what he found demolished a core assumption about sleep. These groups averaged only 6 to 7 hours per night, less than what doctors recommend today, but they reported almost no insomnia. Almost none. The word barely existed in their vocabulary. Why? Because they didn't treat night as one long block of unconsciousness you had to nail perfectly. They drifted in and out. They woke, tended the fire, talked quietly, dozed again. Sleep researcher T.A. Ware found that when modern humans are deprived of artificial light for several weeks, they naturally fall into a biphasic pattern. 2 separate sleep periods per night with a calm, restful waking period in between. Your brain, given the chance, reverts to exactly what your ancient ancestors did every single night. Ancient humans also fell asleep at a specific temperature signal. As the air cooled after sunset, the body's core temperature began to drop, and that drop was the trigger. Your brain read falling temperature as permission to sleep. Researchers at the University of Amsterdam found that warming the skin of the hands and feet, which helps radiate core heat outward, is one of the most reliable ways to accelerate sleep onset. Your body still uses the same mechanism it used in a cave. The problem is you've surrounded it with artificial warmth, artificial light, and artificial stimulation that jam the signal. And then there was fire. Not just for warmth. Fire was the original sleep aid. Studies by anthropologist Polly Wiesner show that firelight has a unique spectral signature that your brain does not classify as stimulating. It's warm, flickering, and low in the blue wavelengths that suppress melatonin. Ancient humans sat by fire for hours before sleep, and their brains calmed, not jolted. Your phone screen is the opposite of fire in almost every measurable way. Here's what this all adds up to. Your insomnia is not a character flaw. It's a collision between a nervous system built for one world and a life lived in a completely different one. You're trying to sleep like a modern person using a brain that evolved to sleep like a hunter-gatherer in a close group, next to a fire, with permission to wake in the middle of the night and simply exist quietly. Until sleep pulled you back under. You never needed perfect sleep. You needed safe sleep. And there's a difference. The ceiling you're staring at? Your ancestors never had one. But they also never expected sleep to be a performance they could fail. They just let the night do its work. And most nights it did. You're still that person. You just forgot.